Hello, Birmingham! How are we doing? Can you feel the vibe? The energy is amazing in this place today, I think. But first, a few housekeeping rules. Can you all stand 6 feet apart, please? Do you not know there's a deadly virus around? Or you can sit down, because we've learned that the virus can't get you when you're sitting down. Although thinking about it, my mother always used to tell me if I sat on a cold floor I'd get piles. So it's your call, piles or COVID. But it's nearly pantomime season, yeah? And I want to go into the role of pantomime villain for a bit, but I'll need your inputs. That's the word I was looking for. So whenever I go like this, I need a boo, okay? So I spent most of my working life in the pharmaceutical industry. The last company I worked for was Pfizer. Oh no, I didn't. Where's my career in the pharmaceutical industry? It's behind you! Perfect, perfect. So I've seen up close and personal how Big Pharma works, yeah? And I've been witness to the subtle and not so subtle bribery that goes on. I'll give you a couple of instances. Back in the 80s, I worked for AstraZeneca. And every year we used to take a plane load of GPs from the West Midlands to Jersey to go on the piss for the weekend. And doctors would jump through hoops and do backward somersaults to get on this trip, and they would do anything for us. That's how it worked back then. Moving forward to Pfizer, things have got a bit more subtle, and the bribes have become medical and educational grants, yeah? And most doctors, most of the medical profession, whether they know it or like it or not, are bought and paid for. But Big Pharma, they own the medical schools, so they're in control of medical training, they own hospitals, and of course, as we've seen, they own the NHS. But they don't just keep themselves to the medical field. There's also a huge lobbying group that goes into government, and most it's all right, my dad's behind me. Most MPs too are bought and paid for, as we know. They're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. Absolutely. And what's going on at the moment? How anybody can still be asleep at the moment with what came out this week, yeah? So they're trying to get those of us who are unjabbed to have the jab because it's effective, because it's very effective. But they're trying to get the ones who are double jabbed to get the booster because it's not very effective. It is all bollocks, Chaz. It's absolutely all bollocks, and why can't people see it? However, I think we're part of the Great Awakening. And people are standing up all over the world now. And we're not just taking back our city, we're not just taking back our country, we're taking back the world. Come on! Have you seen the outside the Australian Parliament? Have you seen what's happening all across Europe? France, Paris has been going for weeks now, and it's just a beautiful sight to see all of our brothers and sisters globally waking up, but standing up as well. And this truly is the Great Awakening. And I just need to consult my... I ain't doing this, but I forgot where I'm going. Professionally, this is the time for we the people. And I'll tell you what, let's stop calling these bastards at the top elites. There's nothing elite about them. They're criminals, they're scumbags, they're disgusting, they're despicable people, and they've infiltrated every area of our lives. But they're being exposed. It's pretty easy to see who's on the good side and who's on the bad side. And this has been World War III, and it's good versus evil. And I truly believe that good has won. Yes, brother. Yeah? Yes. And it's down to we the people to rebuild the new world. They've had their time, they've failed miserably, and they've been enemies of the people. This is our time for we the people to stand up, and we're going to build the new world. We're not going to try and fix their old systems because their systems are corrupt. We're going to build new systems, and it's going to be from people, all of us, with love in our hearts. Yeah? And when I can find my phone, I just want to finish with a couple of posts I saw yesterday. Hang on. Told you I was professional. Right, the first one, their greatest fear, these scumbags at the top, are us waking up, yeah? Yes. Their greatest fear has been them being exposed. So I saw this yesterday. They fear you being awake. They fear you waking up others. They fear you being armed. They fear you speaking up. They fear you standing up. They fear you resisting. They fear you rebelling. They fear you revolting. We're not revolting, are we? They fear you not complying. They fear you banding together. They fear you standing together. They fear you coordinating. They fear you learning you are in the majority. They fear you realising your power. They fear you using your power. They fear you. Personally, I've never felt so powerful as I do right now. I've found a courage that I didn't know I had over the last 18 months. And when you realise that, you know, government, which means mind control in Latin, of course, government is a creation of the people and therefore can never be above the people. They work for us, we don't work for them, and we're going to take over now. They've had their time, this is our time. Any of you in the crowd follow Charlie Ward? I had this from Charlie yesterday and I think it's really appropriate. Most people don't want to be part of the process. They want to be part of the outcome. But the process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome. We've all been part of the process. We've all stood up for our freedoms, and we're going to be part of the outcome, and we're going to be involved in the outcome. Personally, I've lived a lot of years never feeling I fit in. I fit in perfectly now. I have found my tribe. You guys are my tribe. And I love you all, and thanks every one of you for coming here today and making this the day that it's going to be. Freedom, guys, the future is ours.
Thank you, Mike.